Once upon a time, in a quiet corner of the world where golden sunsets kissed the mountains and rivers shimmered like silver ribbons, there stood a small forgotten kingdom called Lumeria. Long ago it had been one of the richest and most beautiful kingdoms in the land. The markets were always full of colorful fruits, musicians played joyful melodies in the streets, and the palace sparkled like a jewel under the sun. But time changed everything. After many wars and disasters, Lumeria lost its wealth. The palace became old and cracked, the gardens turned dry, and the kingdom slowly fell into poverty. The royal family also lost most of their riches. In that palace lived a young princess named Elina. Princess Elina was not like the princesses from grand fairy tales who wore golden crowns and glittering gowns every day. Her dresses were simple, sometimes even patched. Her shoes were worn, and she often helped the palace workers clean and cook. Even though she was a princess, people often called her the poor princess. But what Elina lacked in wealth, she made up for with something far more valuable, her heart. She was gentle, kind, and always ready to help anyone in need. Every morning, she would walk through the town greeting the villagers with a warm smile. She would help old women carry baskets, play with children, and share whatever little food she had with hungry people. Many villagers loved her deeply, even though the kingdom itself was poor. One cold winter morning, the winds blew fiercely across Lumeria. Snow covered the roads, and people stayed inside their homes trying to keep warm. Princess Elina wrapped herself in her simple wool cloak and walked toward the town market to buy bread for the palace kitchen. The market was nearly empty. Only a few stalls were open, and the merchants looked tired and worried. As Elina walked through the snowy street, she noticed something strange. Near the corner of the road sat an old woman. The woman wore torn clothes and shivered badly in the freezing wind. Her hands were thin and pale, and beside her was a small wooden bowl with only 2 coins inside. People passed by the woman without stopping. Some looked away. Others pretended not to notice her. Elina's heart ached. She slowly walked toward the woman and knelt beside her. "Are you all right, grandmother?" Elina asked gently. The old woman lifted her tired eyes. "My child," she whispered, "I have not eaten for 2 days. I tried asking for help, but everyone is too busy with their own troubles." Princess Elina looked into the bowl. 2 coins. That was all. Elina opened her small purse. Inside were the only coins she had, the money meant to buy bread for the palace. She paused for a moment. If she gave the coins away, the palace workers might not have food today. But if she didn't help the woman, the poor old lady might freeze or starve. Elina took a deep breath. Then she smiled warmly. Without hesitation, she placed all her coins into the woman's bowl. "Please use this to buy food and warm clothes," Elina said softly. The old woman stared at the coins in surprise. "But child, these are many coins for someone dressed so simply." Elina laughed lightly. "I am a princess," she said, "but even princesses can share what little they have." Tears filled the old woman's eyes. "No one else stopped to help me," she said. Elina removed her warm cloak and gently placed it around the woman's shoulders. "This will keep you warm," Elina said kindly. "But you will be cold," the woman replied. "I will be fine," Elina said with a smile. Then she stood and began walking back toward the palace through the cold wind. Behind her, the old woman watched quietly. But something magical happened. The old woman slowly stood up. Her back straightened. Her torn clothes shimmered. A golden light surrounded her. The poor beggar transformed into a beautiful glowing fairy. She was no ordinary woman. She was the guardian fairy of kindness. For many days she had walked through the kingdom disguised as a beggar to see if anyone still had kindness in their heart. No one had helped her. Except Princess Elina. The fairy smiled softly. "What a pure heart," she whispered. That night, as Princess Elina slept in her small palace room, a warm golden light filled the air. The fairy appeared beside her bed. "Elina," she said gently. The princess slowly opened her eyes. When she saw the glowing fairy, she sat up in surprise. Who are you?" Elina asked. "I am the guardian fairy of kindness," the fairy replied. "You helped me today when I was disguised as a poor woman." Elina's eyes widened. "That was you?" "Yes," the fairy said. "You gave away the only coins you had and even your cloak. You did not help for reward, you helped because your heart is good." The fairy raised her glowing wand. "For your kindness, I grant you a blessing." She waved the wand gently. Golden sparkles filled the room. "Tomorrow morning," the fairy said, "your life will change forever." Then she disappeared. The next morning, something incredible happened. Princess Elina woke up to loud voices outside. She rushed to the palace balcony. Her eyes widened in amazement. Where there had once been dry land, now beautiful gardens bloomed with flowers of every color. The broken palace walls had repaired themselves and now shone like white marble. Fountains sparkled with crystal water. The empty marketplace was now full of merchants bringing jewels, silk, and delicious food. Even the old mines of the kingdom had suddenly filled with precious gems and gold. The entire kingdom of Lumeria had become rich again. The villagers cheered with joy. People danced in the streets. And at the center of the palace gates appeared a large golden chest. Princess Elina opened it slowly. Inside were sparkling crowns, gold coins, and a letter. She unfolded the letter carefully. It read, "Dear Princess Elina. True wealth is not gold or jewels. True wealth is kindness. Because of your pure heart and the single good deed you performed, your kingdom will prosper again. Use this blessing to help your people and spread kindness wherever you go. The Guardian Fairy." Tears filled Elina's eyes. She did not become proud or greedy. Instead, she used the kingdom's new wealth to help everyone. She built schools for children, hospitals for the sick, homes for the poor, food centers for the hungry. Lumeria became the happiest kingdom in the land. Travelers from faraway places came to see the kingdom ruled by the kind princess. And everyone told the same story. One small act of kindness turned a poor princess into the richest ruler, not only in gold but in love and respect. Years later, people still remembered Princess Elina as the princess whose one good deed changed everything. And the fairy, watching from the sky, smiled proudly. Because sometimes a single act of kindness is powerful enough to change an entire kingdom.